Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 17th, and today is the Pisces lunar eclipse. So it is not exact until later tonight, around 8:30 Mountain Time. So the entire day, the build up into this could be quite intense, to be honest with you. Now it is a partial eclipse, so they're not as intense as a full eclipse would be. However, it is a supermoon, so it's very close to the Earth. That means that the gravitational pull from the moon is much stronger than usual. So it's in a water sign. It's in a very emotional water sign. It's the sign that is associated with our subconscious, with our collective subconscious. It's a very revealing energy that's happening here, and a very emotional one at that. So full moons reveal things, and just in general, this is a story that may have started back in March of 2023. You might have seen some type of adjustment on this story in December. And now we're going to see that reveal associated with it. This is really going to show you what you need to let go of, what you need to release. And this is very much on that subconscious, emotional, like whatever traumas you're keeping shoved down type of stuff. You might see some type of trauma triggers happen throughout the day or throughout the rest of the week, quite honestly. Essentially, this one's got a little extra oomph because it is in conjunction with Neptune retrograde, which has already been revealing things. Basically, if you haven't already been in a space where you feel like you belong in a padded room from all of the reveals, all of the intuitive hits, all of the downloads, all of this stuff that's coming out that's really got you feeling like what on earth is going on, by the end of the week you might feel like you belong in that padded room. So it's just really revealing the things that we've been trying our damnedest to ignore for the longest time. But it's time to face it, and it's time to really deal with it and release it. We actually have a lot going on with this one because we also have Mercury in an opposition to Saturn retrograde. So this is also about your emotional boundaries. It's about speaking up for yourself. You might feel like you have a hard time speaking up for yourself, like you're not allowed to, or something of those lines. Someone may be stopping you from saying what you need to say. Make sure that you're really paying attention to those things. These are people that do not belong in your space. These are people that, if you are not comfortable speaking your emotions freely, then you don't belong around those people, basically. One of the saving graces about this is that there is a grand trine between Pluto retrograde, Uranus retrograde, and the Sun happening here. So it's in the Earth sign, so it does give us a more of a grounded space that's happening to maybe kind of keep us a little more in tune with ourselves rather than out in the ether. However, Pluto retrograde is really it's ending out these old cycles from the last 16 years. Uranus retrograde is making us look within, and it's really starting to kind of shake up our sense of security, our emotional security, our mental security, things of that nature. So really pay attention to what comes up. The sun is shining a light on the details of that. It's shining a light on maybe where you're giving too much to others, and where maybe others are using your emotional state or your willingness to give for their own benefit, and they're just taking and taking from you. Keep that in mind as you go through the day. Look for those little signs that pop up. But today could be full of like intuitive information just coming out of nowhere, like a freaking floodgate opening up. We also have Mars in a square with the nodes still. This is adding a flavor of anger to the mix. So that square to the nodes from Mars is like you're feeling like you just don't know which way to go. Everybody's pulling you in every direction, but you're also in this state of emotion with that anger added to it. So watch out for that. Make sure that you're keeping yourself a little more grounded there. If you feel like screaming, go to the woods somewhere and scream. Go in a room somewhere and scream. Go scream into a pillow. Get it out of your system. Make sure you're not getting it out on everybody else around you. Now Jupiter is still within a range of a trine to Venus. So there is this communication that's happening with others. But with everything else going on, that communication could get a little wonky. So just really slow down today. Make sure that you're listening to whatever's coming up. Make sure that you're you're not like beating yourself up about things, and you're not like completely losing it on the people around you for what you're finding out about them as well. It's just very revealing. It is time to release. And that's what this is all about, is finding out what no longer belongs in your space, okay? On the bottom of the deck today, I actually got the Seven of Swords. So there is like this reveal of sneakiness, of shady behavior, of people maybe gossiping or trying to take something from you, whether that be literal thievery or through running their mouths type of energy, or just their behavior in general. The energy of the day is Page of Swords. There is a lot of information that's coming out. There's a lot of curiosity involved. There's a lot of what on earth is going on, because I think we've all kind of been feeling uneasy. We've all been feeling like you just don't know what's next, and we're feeling kind of icky right now. You might see that reveal today of what it is that is next that you need to move forward towards. And what we're focusing on is that Nine of Wands. We're all tired, right? But we still got to keep ourselves guarded. We still have to make sure that we have good, strong boundaries. That Mercury opposite Saturn is really asking you to make sure that you are speaking up for yourself. You have good emotional boundaries, spiritual boundaries. You're following your dreams and what you need to be doing for yourself. You're really putting in the work on your happiness and your emotional work as well. What we are avoiding is the Two of Cups. No getting into relationships today. If you're feeling like somebody is using a vulnerable situation that you're in order to sneak their way into your space, trust that feeling, okay? Don't rush into any type of relationship or even close friendship or partnership just because you're feeling uneasy, okay? Whatever it is that's coming up, that uneasiness that's coming up, it's something that you need to work on, not hide from.